Okay, what we're going to be doing is we're going to take a practice test on the Kansas Driver's Examination, and that's from the 2016 Kansas Driver's Handbook. Practicing this test will help you get your driver's license. And a passing grade in this instance right here says 5 or fewer errors. So we don't want to mess up. That's why we're doing this test. Okay, let's see. It is more dangerous to drive at night than in daytime because the road is probably more slippery at night. You cannot see as far ahead at night, or your reaction time is slower at night. Well, we can't know that the road is slippery, so that can't be an answer that can be used regularly. And your reaction time doesn't mean that it's going to be slower, but it's just because it's nighttime. You can be just as quick at night as you can during the day. But the problem with driving at night is that you cannot see as far ahead at night. So we're going to check that answer there. Okay. As the percentage of BAC, which means blood alcohol content, in your blood increases, you will become more intoxicated, means more drunk. More coordinated means that your skills will be sharper, or more sober, which can't be true because before you started drinking, you were sober. So you can't drink alcohol and become more sober than you were. So number 2, the answer is going to be more intoxicated, which makes sense because the more you drink, the more drunk you get. Okay, number 3 here. Any amount of alcohol in the blood may affect a driver's right-of-way privileges, meaning that, okay, I've had a whole bunch of beer, so everybody's got to get out of my way. No, that's not right. It's going to increase your knowledge. No amount of drinking can make you smarter. Some people are pretty smart. Geniuses can drink, and that doesn't mean that they're going to be smarter. But right here it says the more alcohol you have in your blood, your judgment and your physical coordination is going to be altered. So that's the answer right there. Your judgment won't be as good because you're drunk. All right, number 4. Your license can be suspended if you are under 21 and drive with a blood alcohol level of, which any amount, 0.15% or 0.08% or more. The thing about this is you can't drink if you're under 21. So any amount is going to be the answer there. You have to be 21 and over to drink. And you shouldn't be drinking while you're driving. This roadside means a double curve, right and left, a winding road, or a sharp turn to the right. Well, since this sign is universal for this type of road, it's not going to be a double curve because there could be 3 or 4 curves or more in this same area, and this sign is just showing you that it's going to be a winding road. So that's the answer there. And number 6, the bicyclist has his arm stuck out to the left. As his left arm is fully extended out. He's not pointing to something in the roadway like some trash or debris, and he's not telling someone he's stopping. What he is showing is that he is turning left, because there are hand and arm signals associated with driving. So, if you was to stick your left arm out and point your hand straight up, that would mean that you would be turning right. But in this instance, you're sticking out straight and it's going to be turning left. If you were stopping or slowing down, he would be pointing his arm down to the ground. But that's not what this question is asking. In this instance, his arm is sticking to the left, so he is turning left. Okay. A red arrow pointing into the right on a traffic light means you may turn in that direction after slowing and checking traffic? Turn in that direction after you have come to a complete stop? Or no, you cannot turn in that direction until the light turns green. Well, it's a red arrow, and it's telling you that you cannot turn until it turns green, and it will be a green arrow or a green light. So in this instance, it's no, you cannot turn in that direction until it turns green. Okay, and number 8, this sign means winding road ahead? Nope, because this one up here was winding road ahead. Persons with disability parking? No, because if it did, it would have a disabled emblem with a P in the middle. But what it is saying is we're merging into that lane of traffic. So we're going to pick that answer. Okay, now that we've done all these 8 questions, let's grade it, okay? Wow. Okay, you see this? We have made no errors so far. Okay, let's go with this next question here. Oh, we've already done this. Let's go to the next section. Okay. Before returning to the original lane after passing another vehicle, you should see both headlights of the light. Well, first it says flash your headlights. What are you flashing them for? Beep your horn. Well, that's crazy. You're not going to. Who are you beeping at? What they want you to be able to see is both headlights of the passed vehicle in your rear view mirror before you safely pull back in front of them. Okay? So that's the one we're going to pick. Number 10. Motorcycles, scooters, and mopeds are not easy to see. Therefore, you should share a lane with motorcycles, make constant visual checks, or slow down when driving. Well, if there's no motorcycle or scooter or moped in the way, there's no need to slow down. And you're going to be sharing the lane anyway with the motorcycle, but not right next to it or on top of it. But what would make more sense is to make constant visual checks, meaning you're always looking around, making sure what's around you. So we're going to check that one, okay? BAC means blood alcohol conservation. Nope. Blood alcohol concentration or blood alcohol content. Well, this can be misleading because content means what type of alcohol, and conservation means something where you're saving something like, land. So we're going to put blood alcohol concentration, meaning the amount of concentration of alcohol in your blood. Okay? Number 12. When approaching animals that are standing near the roadway, what should you do? Speed up and scare them away? No way, because they may run right in front of you. Slow down and use caution? You better believe it. Or swerve to avoid the animal. Well, for one, it says it's standing near the roadway. So if you're swerving, unless the thing runs out in front of you, then that's not the answer. So what we're going to say is slow down and use caution. Okay. Number 13. A vehicle suddenly cuts in front of you, creating a hazard. Which of these actions should you take first? Take your foot off the gas, swerve to the next lane next to you, or honk your horn and step on the brake firmly. Well, honking on your horn and stepping on the brake firmly could cause a problem because there could be someone behind you that will hit you. You don't want to swerve into the next lane because you may hit someone in there. So the best thing for you to do is to take your foot off the gas, and it didn't say it, but probably slow down a little bit, which will happen when you take your foot off the gas. So we're going to check that one. When should you use your high beams? When you come within about 1 block distance of an oncoming vehicle. When you are following another vehicle in heavy traffic, you don't want to do that, because if you got your high beams on in heavy traffic, you're blinding people. When there is no oncoming vehicles approaching, well, that's true too, but you may need it. See, you can also, that's when you can use number 3 here, but number 1 here says when you come within about 1 block distance of an oncoming vehicle. That's about 500 feet, so we're going to pick that one. And if I got it wrong, we'll find out. Okay. Which lane must you be in before you make a left turn from a one-way street? Okay. The lane nearest to the center of the street? The lane nearest to the right curb? Remember, we're turning left from a one-way street. Okay? Or the lane nearest to the curb. All right? See, there's only going to be one lane. Which lane must you be in before you make a left turn from a one-way street? That means that the cars are only going one direction, so there's no one going to be coming towards you on that street. So there is not going to be a lane near the center of the street, so it's going to be the lane nearest to the left curb. Or let's just pick that one. Okay? If you want to make a right turn at the corner, a pedestrian with a guide dog is at the corner ready to cross the street in front of you. Before you make your right turn, you should turn off your engine and wait till the person crosses the street. No, you're not going to do that, because there's no need to turn off your engine. Tell the pedestrian when to cross the street. Nope, you don't want to do that either, because that's the guide dog's job. What you want to do is wait until the person crosses the street. So we're going to pick that one. Okay, let's see how we did here. Wow, I made an error. So let's find out where I screwed up. Okay. I see in some places it says 500 feet, but it says when should you use your high beams? When there is no oncoming traffic. And I do that myself. But at the same time, the moment I see a car coming, I turn my high beams off. But it depends on how dark it is at night too, and how the conditions are. You just can't always say that this is correct. But for the answer in this book, we're going to say this, because we don't want to fail the test. Okay, so far I've made one wrong answer, and that wrong answer was, when should you use your high beams? It means there's no cars coming towards you. All right, let's go to the next section. Okay, here it is here. Number 17. If a truck or a bus needs to make a right turn and you are also turning right, what should you do? Squeeze between the truck and the bus so you can get there first in the curb? No. Wait till the truck or the bus turns before turning right? Yeah, that sounds better, doesn't it? Quickly turn right before the bus or truck does. And my guess, since the bus is way bigger than you are and the truck is way bigger than you are, you wait till that son of a gun turns first and then you turn. Okay, let's check that one off. Unless you want to be flat, smashed like a pancake. Okay? All right, number 18. Which of the below are common factors contributing to traffic crashes? Okay. Exceeding the posted speed limit and driving too fast for conditions or circumstances. Now remember, these are common factors contributing to traffic crashes. Okay? Now, getting adequate rest and staying alert isn't going to contribute to a crash. Scanning the environment and staying focused on the driving task. Okay. Exceeding the posted speed limit and driving too fast for conditions or circumstances. Now that is going to be the answer, because right here, if you're scanning the environment and staying focused, you're not going to be getting into a traffic accident more than likely, because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And getting enough rest isn't going to cause you to have a traffic crash. So we're going to say number 1 here, exceeding the speed, driving too fast for whatever. Okay. Signs with an orange background generally means regulatory, general warning, construction and maintenance. And I believe that's what it's going to be. So we'll just check that. Let's say this sign means do not enter. No, because do not enter is a sign with a line through it, and this one don't have that. Stop ahead would probably be like a stop sign with an arrow up in it. But this one here, road construction and maintenance ahead, just like this one up here, the answer we picked was construction and maintenance. So let's pick that one, okay? Number 21. A pedestrian starts to cross the street after the don't walk sign begins to flash. The pedestrian is in the middle of the street. When you see the light, your light turns to green. What should you do? Proceed if the pedestrian is not in your lane, or wait until the pedestrian crosses the street before proceeding, or should you just go ahead and go just because you have the right of the way? Well, which one makes more sense? See, the thing is, if you start going before the pedestrian is not fully across the street, and just because he's in the lane doesn't mean that you don't know what that sucker's going to do. He might jump back and run into you. So what you do is you wait until the pedestrian goes all the way across the street before you go. So let's pick that one. Okay. When driving on gravel or dirt roads, your tires can grip the road better than pavement? I wouldn't think so, because rocks are slippery and they shoot out from under your tire. Okay, your tires do not have as much traction, so you must drive slower. That makes a lot more sense. Visibility is better. The visibility has nothing to do with it, because I would say if you were on a concrete highway, your visibility of the road would be better, but that doesn't mean that what you're looking at in the distance is going to be any better. So what we're going to say is, when you're driving on a gravel or dirt road, your tires can grip the road better than on the pavement. So that's not true, because you're on gravel. But what it is your tires do not have as much traction, so you must drive slower. So we're going to pick that one. Okay. To prevent yourself from becoming an aggressive driver, meaning a mad driver, what we're saying is we're trying to prevent, okay? Drive above the posted speed limit, which is wrong. Tailgate the driver in front of you. No, that means that you're mad and you're saying, get out of my way, you sucker. Right here it says, no, just relax and concentrate on driving. Listen to some music, you know what I mean? Sing a song or start laughing, okay? But just relax. So we're going to pick that one. Okay. If you remember, we saw this one earlier. This sign means pedestrian crossing? No, because if that was the case, it would show a stick figure with legs look like they're walking. Winding road ahead. It's a windy line, so that's more than likely the answer, which it is. And do not enter, because do not enter would have a circle with a line through it, and that's not what this is. So what we're going to pick is winding road ahead. Okay. If your vehicle has an anti-lock braking system and you need to stop quickly, press the brake pedal as hard as you can. Press on the brake pedal repeatedly, or gradually press on the brake pedal. The problem with slamming on your brakes with an anti-lock braking system is that the brakes are going to detect that your tires are slipping because you're skidding on the road. So the brakes are going to automatically pulse and feel like you're running over something. Pressing the brake repeatedly could work. Off, 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 on, off, on, off, on. That kind of helps you stop, but it also can cause you to go into a spin. So we're going to gradually press the brake pedal, and then press a little bit harder and harder, but don't slam on it, okay? So we're going to pick that one. So let's grade this section. Okay, you have passed. Well done. We made 2 errors. Let's see if I messed up in this one here. Okay, right here. I guess I was wrong. If you have an anti-lock braking system and you need to stop quickly, push the pedal all the way through the floor. Break your foot. Well, I'm just kidding, of course. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take a little break and let you review this, okay? And then we'll do another test at some other point whenever you're ready. And you just let me know, okay? So I'm going to sign off for now.